Everyone, we're here with our patient Lori, and we were with Lori a few months back in April, and now we're in July, the end of July, and Lori's here to update us on her progress. So, Lori, why don't you just tell us about how things are going?
Okay. Um, so as of today, I have lost 62 pounds total.
Nice.
Uh, have It's been going really well. I've kind of been in a stressful situation the last month and a half,
Yeah,
uh, and was able to stay on track
good.
with diet all through that,
Right.
and still lost, even though I was in a pretty stressful situation. And so, I mean, it definitely has been proving itself.
Yeah, so in that, all the credit goes to you for sticking with the plan, and that's what people have to do. And people can go back, and I'll have this up in the playlist with your first video. But you were doing initially like the semaglutide, the prescription medication, and you
Correct.
saw the side effects, just to rehash for everybody, and you didn't want to go down that road. So that's when you came over to us. And there is a difference. I mean, there's semaglutide, the peptide, and semaglutide, the medication. It's Big Pharma just took the peptide and kind of bastardized it, for lack of a better term, and causes a lot of side effects. So you didn't want to go down that road. You came to a more natural approach. And one of the things I got from you is we did the blood work and the Dutch test with you, and we found issues in both of those. And I just did as I was telling you off camera, that we had a lady yesterday. They checked her Dutch test, her hormones, and her adrenals, but they didn't check her liver or thyroid or inflammation. You have to check all of those. And so you just segued into my next video, which is why stress and how stress is really adversely affecting women more than men. It's because some of your estrogen is produced in your adrenal glands, and all of our testosterone in men is produced in the testes. So you've just kind of segued in and out of what I've been putting up on TikTok the last couple of videos. So has it been easy? Has it been hard? Why don't you just get into that a little bit? So any of your challenges or anything like that?
For me, I feel like it's been pretty easy.
Yeah.
Um, just because using the drop, the appetite control drops really keep me from feeling like I'm starving.
Right.
I have found, of course, when I talked to you the very first time, you told me you're going to have to not drink that Dr. Pepper, which was my
You
favorite
were,
thing.
you were addicted to Diet Dr.
Yes,
Pepper.
I was. I still have not had
Wow.
anything
Good for
water
you.
since February 10th.
Good for you.
Um, I have added lemon to it because I just kind of got tired of just drinking plain
Right.
water.
Right.
I do a lot better with lemon in it.
Right.
Uh, but I have found when I'm feeling hungry, that if I drink like a glass of water, that really helps get me through until the next meal. And I don't usually eat. Of course, we also do the intermittent fasting.
Right.
I don't eat till 1 o'clock every day.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm usually good until then. But occasionally I will get hungry, around 11 o'clock.
Right.
Um, so I'll just drink a glass of water, and then that usually gets me through until 1 o'clock.
Yeah. So the appetite drops. I've developed those. They're amino acids, and so amino acids make up peptides. Peptides make up proteins. So they're all natural. Under your tongue, you do it with each meal. You can do it a little bit more, especially the appetite suppressant, and that just helps you get through it. But one of the things that I'm proud of with you, and like you said, 62 pounds, it's significant, is you've stuck with the diet. You've stuck with eating meat, seafood, vegetables, low glycemic fruits, what you should be eating, a healthy diet. And yeah, I'm proud of you. I think you've just done a fantastic job, and you're an inspiration. So the last time we did this, tons of emails on you, and I'm sure we'll get a ton here. but just to show people, look, it can be done. So what is your goal? Where do you want to go where you're at now? And we're keeping up with this.
I still have about 27-ish more pounds to go.
Yeah.
And so I'm still, and like with the diet, um, eventually you start adding things back.
Right.
Um, I haven't really gotten to where I'm doing that yet because I'm still trying to get to, because I was pretty overweight.
Yeah.
So I still have, like I said, about 27 more pounds to go. And then that's, when I'll need to work with you on um, being able to add things back, how I go about that. And I
Right.
just want everybody to know how wonderful you are as far as anytime that I have had questions. I mean, usually within a couple hours, depending on how busy you are,
Right.
I have an answer.
Right.
And um, you've just been there to hold my hand, even though you're in Wisconsin,
Right. Yeah.
um, the whole way. And that's been pretty helpful too.
Well, that's one thing because for a while there you were texting. Remember, you're in the beginning. You're like, "I'm not losing." I said, "Text me everything you're eating," and you would every day. To your credit, and your husband goes, "Well, that's not really him. That's probably one of
Yeah.
his staff." And no, it's me. If I take you on, I'm going to work with you. That's why I can only take on so many people. I can't take on everybody. But that's to your credit. And my wife will tell you my phone is attached to my hip anyway. She gets frustrated. Like if we go out to dinner, we'll go out to dinner tonight, and she'll say, "Leave the phone in the truck," and I'll sneak to the restaurant, And then when I go to the bathroom, she knows it's this whole game. But yeah, it's just you just and that's I needed the same thing that I did for you, quite frankly. I had a friend of mine who helped me, and every time I felt like going to have a pizza, he goes, "You don't need a pizza. You're a fatty. Fatties don't eat pizza." He would just berate me, but that's what I needed. And I didn't do that to Lori, by the way. But yeah, people just need a helping hand, and some people do, and some people don't.
Right.
But if you're already eating a healthy diet, like the lady I alluded to earlier, and they just checked her hormones and her adrenals and not the other three issues, thyroid and inflammation and liver, especially because liver clears your hormones, that's not serving you. I mean, there's a reason why you're not losing weight if you're eating properly. But you're doing a fantastic job. You're an inspiration to a lot of people. I mean, we're up to 405,000 followers on TikTok, which just
Wow.
convinces me. So,
Yeah. It was something that my husband, he never, he never bothered me about my
right,
weight.
right,
Um, but one of his concerns was, he is a few years away from retirement. And, he said, I don't want to spend my retirement alone.
right,
And I'm worried about your health,
right. Yeah,
which, I mean, I was worried about my health, but I
right,
just didn't talk to anybody about it really.
right.
And kind of got to where, I was like, I really have got to do something about this. And he was right. I mean, I didn't want to be in retirement years and him be able to go off and do things and me not.
Right.
So
Yeah, exactly. So you're a
excuse me, just
happy life is a happy life. It's the old saying. So yeah, I mean, it's all good. So wonderful. So yeah, I'm really proud of you. I think it's great. You'll get the other 27 off. I lost 80 pounds, so I know you can do it.
yeah.
And now I work out, and back then when I'll say this: people like myself, like you, when you people who are overweight know they're overweight. They don't need somebody telling them you're overweight. Okay,
Right.
they know it. And if you can't get the weight off, it's probably one of those five things that is the issue that we've just mentioned. And it was the case with you. I think you had 4 out of the 5. And we're
Yeah.
correcting those. And that's the great thing. So you're losing the weight and you're getting healthy. And that's what counts. So anything in closing?
I'm sorry.
Anything more in closing? Sorry.
No, that's okay. Other than this has just been, thank the Lord that I found your TikToks because I had tried many different things.
I remember you
Like you
saying that.
said,
Yeah.
my glue tied not too long ago.
Yeah.
Um, I found like a knot
Yeah,
here, which scared me because I mean I wasn't on it very long, but it was enough to scare me.
right.
Uh, I had taken that, and it can cause thyroid
Yeah,
issue.
yeah.
Thankfully, it ended up being nothing.
Good.
But yeah, I mean, with this being all natural, you just can't put a price tag on that, and I think it's just been wonderful.
Well, thank you, dear. Thank you for getting on with us. And then once you lose the other 27, we'll finish up with one last video. How is that?
That sounds great.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.